How's it going, everybody? Na 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 na. Grabbing some stuff up real quick. Okay, I think I've got my stuff going. I should be good. I wanted to pull up some things real quick. So, we can go ahead and begin talking about this once I get some lighting going, because I forgot. So, my whole setup, I'm just going to grab this so I can show you. See, over there is a stereo receiver with my light plugged in. And that speaker there is for band practice, so don't worry about it too much. Let's move it over here. Nope. I want to be centered on the camera. There we go. That works. Boom. All right. So, we've got Ukraine and Russia. We're going to look at 2 Al Jazeera, a Reuters, a Stanford News, and a CTV News article over these things. Sure, fuck it, I don't care. This is an ad, and I do not want the ad. Oh well. So, before I actually fully get into this, this was written today. This came out like 4 hours ago, I think. So, you know, pretty recent. Extremely recent, if you ask me. NATO allies, fearful of a potential ground invasion by Russia, have stepped up support for Kiev by sending additional troops and military equipment to Ukraine. Sounds about right. The alliance says its move is in response to Russia's continued military buildup along the Ukraine border. Apparently there's like 100,000 troops amassed along the Belarus border. Moscow claims its actions are necessary to secure vital security interests and blames NATO for undermining the region's security. Now, okay, I'm going to do some analysis here, which I don't normally do right off the bat. There is a bit of an undermining the region's security done by NATO, kind of covertly. Well, it's more done by the individual states that make up NATO. And NATO itself has been trying to have diplomatic relations with Moscow and Putin for quite some time. Ever since they started to pull out. And that was in like 2007. Right before Obama got elected. So there's been some conflict back and forth. But Russia seems to be an instigator and NATO responds a lot of the time. There is some NATO aggression, like not necessarily the organization itself, but the member states. Now, are the actions actually necessary? No. You don't need to be amassing 100,000 troops on the Ukrainian border. Your troops should be at home. There's literally no reason for it. You know? Why is there a conflict? Ukraine, which was part of the Russian Empire for centuries before becoming a Soviet republic, won independence as the USSR broke up in 1991. it moved to shed its Russian imperial legacy and forge increasingly close ties with the West. Now, this right here is something that I will have to apply some greater analysis to. So, back when the U.S., I mean, Russia, the Russian Empire has controlled the areas of Ukraine and Georgia and places like that for quite a while. And then when the USSR formed, I mean, there was the October Revolution. Russia became the first Soviet state, and then they started replicating the model in what became the USSR. And when it started to break up, due to the Cold War, there was some crippling economic activity that we did to Russia at the time, which kind of crippled member states. Yugoslavia is the one that tried to manage the most and had from what I understand, a fairly decent market socialist phase for quite some time, at least for a while. But ultimately, they ended up caving. Uh, Ukraine has been going through a lot of political turmoil since then, but they finally managed to create an identity for themselves, and they've been building ties with other countries, similar to Taiwan, which is a de facto independent nation, like it is. They have their own military, they have their own police, they have their own laws, they have their own culture and customs, they have a specific dialect that they speak that's their dialect, it's Taiwanese. So the same could be said here for Ukraine, that people would make the argument for Taiwan. And of course, the opposing argument, oh, it was historically a part of Russia, it's been a part of Russia, Russia just wants its territory back before it was carved up by colonial, blah, blah, blah. Well, the Cold War was kind of an actual like arms race and a standoff with economic battle back and forth between the U.S. and the USSR. The USSR being not socialist, but fascist, just a fascist nation or group of nations painted in red. I mean, come on. Lenin, after amassing power, they won in the October Revolution. They built up all this. They built up some cool shit initially. Like there was uh, promises like medical care and shit like that. There was actually workers' councils that did things, and then Lenin obliterated them, all of them. So if you are actually putting forth a decent analysis, even just like by decent I mean at least on par, like baseline level analysis, kind of like what I'm giving now. There's a reason for Russia to want Ukraine. There's actually a few reasons, but there's also reasons that we don't want Russia to get Ukraine. So let's start with why Russia would want that territory. One, because they're imperialist. It has resources. Like the region has resources. It has a fairly strong economy, and if they can subjugate it, they may be able to improve their economy, although it would be very brief if that did happen. Uh, they want to fight off U.S. and other more Western nations, although Russia's technically in the West. If you look, here, we'll go with this one. If you look, I mean, yeah, it's over pretty much everything. I mean, Russia's big as fuck, but almost nobody really lives near China, Taiwan, uh, Korea. None of that. Most of the population is over here, close to Turkey and the West. And they operate a lot like Western countries. So, geopolitical influence, uh, resources, and money, um, along with the infrastructure and shit that is provided in Ukraine, uh, and a broader area where they can have space to fight off NATO and other countries they don't like, which is a lot of them. So, with the US, why does the US want Ukraine to not be under Russian thumb? Well, for one, geopolitical influence in the region. If we help back up Ukraine, we might be able to help other states in the region, maybe because Russia's been pretty aggressive. So, us offering protection to Ukraine and actually fighting off Russia there would give us more legitimacy in the region. Because, I mean, with Ukraine in particular, like, we haven't really done ground invasions of that region. We haven't tried a whole lot of, like, old school imperialism on that region. Most of what we have been trying to do has been economic, as well as a political destabilization of Russia, because it's the biggest global hegemon there, like over in that particular region. Uh, so, uh, those are the main reasons. Also, U.S. economic interest. That's a big one. If we can get them to accept IMF or World Bank loans, stuff like that, and forge ties with them economically that way, we have them under our thumb in that regard. So still under geopolitical influence, but also like puppet state type shit in that regard. Uh, Having the ability to put a military base or 70 in Ukraine to kind of wall off Russia, kind of deter them. But even then, like, I don't think that would do it. I'm pretty sure just putting military bases over there wouldn't actually have any real effect against Russia, because they'd be like, well, you can't man all of these military bases. So, and they have to be stocked and ready. So, All right. Why is there a conflict? Ukraine, which was part of the Russian Empire before. Okay, yeah. So, a decision by Kremlin-leaning Ukrainian President Viktor Yanukovych to reject an association agreement with the European Union in favor of closer ties with Moscow led to mass protests that saw him removed as leader in 2014. So, uh, they ousted their president because he was favorable to Putin. Russia responded by annexing Ukraine's Crimean Peninsula and throwing its weight behind a separatist rebellion that broke out in Ukraine's east. Ukraine and the West accused Russia of sending its troops and weapons to back the rebels. Moscow denied that, saying the Russians who had joined the separatists were volunteers. I don't believe this. According to Kiev, more than 14,000 people have died in the fighting that devastated Donbas, Ukraine's eastern industrial heartland. Moscow has strongly criticized the U.S. and its NATO allies for providing Ukraine with weapons and holding joint drills, saying that such moves encourage Ukrainian hawks to try to regain the rebel-held areas by force, which is technically true. It could encourage them to try and regain this area by force instead of by diplomacy. However, Russia being an aggressor here, like, straight up, they don't, their critiques are not, while valid, they're not going to be taken to heart. However, I can make that critique. Yeah, it could encourage people in Ukraine who are more hawkish to, instead of engaging with the people who want to separate, try and take over by force. And with the U.S. doing joint drills and stuff with them, yeah. Um, U.S. and NATO allies providing weapons for them. Well, you're providing weapons and troops for the separatist movement. You say they're volunteers, but I don't believe that for one fucking second. So I don't really think that that's a valid critique. Yeah, they're doing joint drills, but we're not committing troops to that. We're just committing training and some weapons. Okay. That to me, not that bad. Make sure I'm here. I'm not entirely sure what you're trying to get at, Camel. Um, I'm not really a NATO supporter. I am specifically saying that some of the stuff they're doing is bad. If you would actually fucking listen for 1 second, actually, instead of just making up what you think I believe. Yeah, Al Jazeera. I already looked into your claims about it being owned by Mossad, and you haven't provided anything as proof. And this absolutely is not a Mossad project, you fucking idiot. Um, some countries' sovereignty matters and some don't, it seems. Russia doesn't have. Sovereignty doesn't extend into you just going and taking over areas and other fucking countries, you dumb fuck. Ukraine wants to be separate from Russia. There are some Ukrainian separatists, and you know what? I'm actually, if depending on how their views and stuff are, I might support. I mean, I don't have to agree with them to be like, if they want to separate, they should at least have the talks about it. But if they have terrible views, then I can still hope that they don't come to an agreement and they just like as far as separating goes, and they just kind of deal with integrating, but not by force. Uh, Sovereignty is measured in how it's earned. That's a very difficult philosophical question, actually. I reject the Carl Schmitt approach, which is what people like you seem to engage in. Um, and it's actually still something that's kind of debated in philosophy. Now, the thing that I can easily criticize is outside of the trying to take over the area, Putin doesn't have the ability to set a red line for a country, a sovereign country, joining NATO. It's not an inherently immoral thing like using chemical weapons on your population. That's pretty bad. And expressed concerns about plans by some NATO members to set up military training centers in Ukraine. This, he has said, would give them a military foothold in the region. Um, one moment. Okay. Um, you siding with ultra nationalists? Wow. Uh, no, not necessarily siding with. I said a complete nation can sustain itself, not if it can't protect itself. No, no, no. I'm not saying you. I'm not saying you, Camel. I'm talking about there was a debate that Dylan Burns versus infrared debate where he actually cited Carl Schmitt, who was a literal Nazi, using the if a country can't protect itself. A nation sustaining itself, I agree, is actually pretty fucking important, which Ukraine has done, Taiwan has done. I'm fine with that. Uh, Syria was doing. I can't even lie about that. Syria was sustaining itself. Uh, for a portion of the population at least. But then there's, all the discrimination against Kurdish people and shit. And Russia has been dying. Even without the sanctions, the projections for its economic growth were dismal. Um, the nation is in a bad spot. Should we have the sanctions on there? Honestly, I don't think we should have crippling sanctions like that. Especially on like resources that they actually need. But yeah, no, Campbell. It is what you said is different from what the Nazis said. However, like I was saying, this guy was cited a lot. And if you read this line right here, July 1888 to 1985, he was almost 100 years old. He was 96 when he died in West Philadelphia. Yeah. So, like, I don't dismiss everything he says completely out of hand just because he's a Nazi. However, a lot of his beliefs did lead to Nazis. There's more to discrimination than just throwing stones at people, right, Camel? Like, really? Are you that ignorant? Or do you think I'm that stupid? Because I've only got one of two options for this. Well, I guess there's a third one. You are actively always engaging in bad faith. You're stupid. Or you think I am. It is more about what Russia doesn't want. Russia does not want Ukraine and NATO. That's true. Yes, December. The demand includes a halt to any NATO drills near Russia's border. Okay, I'm not great at geography. Yes, that's what I thought. Um, See, they've got troops in Belarus and along here, from what I understand. Um, doing drills in Ukraine up over here would be bad. If they did them over here or here, huh. But yeah, they shouldn't do them directly on Russia's border. I can agree to that. Yeah, cool. See, here's the deal, Camel. There can be individuals who succeed under discrimination, but the vast majority of them, I mean, I literally just looked it up. Yeah, you do. There's literally been multiple sources, including the Kurdish people themselves, who are like, yo, we get treated like shit everywhere. So I'm going to trust them over a nationalist like you. Their word has more validity. I don't doubt that you had a Kurdish doctor, or that there are Kurds who live in places where they're not getting stones thrown at them constantly. That's never something that I believed. But discrimination takes multiple forms. And just because you don't personally see it doesn't mean anything. The West an opportunity to engage in substantive talks on the issue, adding that Moscow would need not just verbal assurances but legal guarantees. Yeah. Membership NATO says Kiev needs to root out scourges such as corruption. Yeah, funny for NATO to say that. NATO's Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg in December rejected Russian demands to rescind a 2008 commitment to Ukraine that the country would one day become a member. Stoltenberg maintains that when the time comes to consider the issue, Russia will not be able to veto Ukraine's accession. NATO allies, the United States chief among them, are reluctant to expand their military footprint in the region and further jeopardize their relationship with Moscow. While U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken has voiced support for Ukraine's membership in NATO, President Joe Biden has been more ambiguous on the question. Total anonymity on how to deal with the Pentagon is, but 8,500 U.S. troops on standby for an Eastern European deployment, and NATO said it was sending ships and jets to bolster the region's defenses. Yeah, because if you're just amassing troops on a border, you do kind of posture and threaten the region. Um, it's not far-fetched, honestly, for NATO to want to defend a country that wants to join it and is already considered an ally. These actions only added to an already tense atmosphere. Um, this is kind of the thing that escalates. The United States is escalating tensions. No, they're not. We are watching these U.S. actions with great concern. Yeah, I bet you are. Putting 8,500 troops on standby is not a U.S. escalating tensions. You putting 100,000 troops on the Ukrainian border is closer to that. You've already annexed one area. Russia has any plans to invade Ukraine and accuses the West of aggravating the situation. Then move the troops. It is uncertain whether war will break out between the two countries, but some analysts say Russia could move in on Ukraine to claim a quick, decisive victory and increase its bargaining power in future talks about NATO's expansion and spheres of influence. I don't know how likely that is. I don't personally see that being a super likely move. I think he's posturing for approval, mostly, but he could do that, I guess. Some responsibility. The U.S. and U.K. have supplied weapons, while Germany plans to send a field medical facility next month, but will not transfer military equipment. Germany wants to remain neutral against Russia. There has also been much talk of sanctions aimed at punishing Moscow. Publicly, the U.S. and European allies have promised to hit Russia financially like never before if Putin does roll his military into Ukraine. Okay, if he does, then yeah, but if he doesn't, then don't. I don't even really like sanctions. I don't think it was founded by Lenin. Like, the area was there. No. Well, maybe. No, because they followed. They revolted, following the model that Lenin did, but they became part of the USSR, and then in '91 it gained its independence. So yeah, no. Yeah, Germany wants to remain more neutral. Stop right clicking. Cutting Russia out of the SWIFT financial system, which moves money from bank to bank around the globe, would be one of the toughest financial steps they could take. Damaging Russia's economy immediately and yeah, no, that would be awful. You shouldn't do that. That hurts people so hard. I really don't even like the sanctions. Wow. We have got to lessen the power of the US. Holy shit. Oh my god. What the fuck? It's like, yeah, we could just cut them out of the SWIFT financial system so they don't get international financial transactions at all. And we can block them from the US dollar, which is still the most powerful asset in the market as far as transactions go. And we can put export controls on you, cutting you off from high tech that helps warplanes and passenger jets fly and power smartphones. So we just cut you off from that. That would be so fucked. Oh my god. How? How do we have this much power? I know how we did it. Lots of imperialism. That's still so fucked. Now, to be fair, I don't know if I can find it again, but I read a thing at one point, and it's not really to be fair, but it's clarification. Um, I read a thing where the one of the founding fathers wrote something about the only way to keep the U.S. safe from outside invaders is to make sure that no place on Earth could be an outside invader, which kind of is the whole beginning of U.S. imperialism. We tried to take Cuba, like, what was it, in, like, yeah, in 1888, 1898, something like that. Like, we had plans to try to take over Cuba because Cuba and uh, Iraq were, or no, Iran, not Iraq, Iran were the two most strategic points that we needed uh, to be able to, like, not have to worry about anything. We'd have a rapid response anyway. Personally targeting Putin. Okay, why have you not just targeted Putin previously? Yeah, see, they're playing the victim. Okay, this is the thing. They're claiming to be the victim while being the aggressor in a situation. Classic fascist tactic. Classic. No, I don't like Putin. I don't like how much power the U.S. has, but I also don't like Putin. Spain. U.S. warns Belarus against helping Russia invade. Swift and decisive response if it assists ally Russia in invading neighboring. Okay. Um, dislike. U.S. backs European talks with Russia. That'd be better. Volodymyr Zelensky addressed the nation and said decisions made Monday in a meeting with the National Security and Defense Council show that everything is under control. There's no reason to panic. He said the main topic on the agenda was the situation in eastern Ukraine, and the authorities are doing their best to de-escalate and find a peaceful settlement of the issue. We are aware of everything. We are ready for everything. We believe in the best, and we do everything to end this together with our partners, our diplomats, and most importantly, our military. That was an hour ago. This was 2 hours ago. Biden attack on Ukraine could be largest invasion since World War II. Yeah, it might be. Lukashenko, a fascist. I don't think he's just a civic nationalist. He's a fascist. And that is where I will disagree with Vosh on this point. Lukashenko is definitely not just a civic nationalist. No. Okay. This was yesterday. Okay, so yeah, that was January 6th. I don't need to read that. And this was the 23rd. All right. Cool. We are caught up on the situation. Fuck, it's a video too. I forgot about that. The key takeaways are Russia needs to back their troops off. Oh, getting a phone call. Hold on. Hey, 1 second, bro. Fuck, that was loud. Okay, so yeah, Russia backs the fuck off. NATO and the US backs the fuck off. No sanctions. Best situation. Leave Ukraine alone. It's the best situation. Just leave Ukraine alone. Let it do what it wants. It's that easy. It is so easy. Just like back the fuck up. Stop being aggressive. All all sides literally just stop. Calm down. Stop fucking with each other. I know you want to expand and do the territorial bullshit, but just stop. Just let people live. Holy fuck. It's ridiculous. I don't like it. Hey, it's the best thing to do. It literally is. Tell me I'm wrong. Just let people live. Like, seriously. You can't. You can't prove me wrong. It's impossible. You can't do it. Just, please. Okay. Good. Yeah, you can't. Nobody can. Let people live. It's literally the best system. It's so easy, folks. It's so easy. You just let people fucking live.
If there's a sword here, we will find it.
Oh my god. These frogs are really getting on my nerves. My spiders did everything I wanted. Twitter notifications.
Evil has been rebuked.
Oh yeah, I can just blow up doggos. I forgot about that. Now, if only I wasn't bad at technology and knew how to put my YouTube chat on here so I could see it. Or just went and got my two monitor set up.
Prepare for a long fight.
Guess tooth grind, huh? Hell yeah, I am. I'm done with work for the day. I'm all good. Doggos kill so fast. I like resplendent chests. Give me the money. I gotta wait for my cousin to play my monk because we started playing the game together. Alright. That's not what I wanted. This is what I wanted. We're not doing this. We're not. We're not. Can't do it. Want my spiders back.
I do not yet know it.
Time will tell all.
Also, this skill was kind of dog shit until you get some more upgrades for it.
Your evil undoes you.
I like it. It's expansive.
An incredible feat.
Gotta kill, gotta kill, gotta kill, gotta kill.
I strike at your heart.
Wrecked. Oh, it's a dead end. Aww. This one is also a dead end. Give me the loot. Gotta give me the loot, give me the loot. Oh, look at that. That's a fuckload of money just in a barrel. Hell yeah. I like money. Now we go this way. Oh look. A portal out. Just taking out demons.
My spirit grows vast.
Oh, fuck yeah. Zombie charger. Hell yeah. Okay. Like. Gotta remember, I just used 1, 2, 3, and 4 for this game. Wait, didn't it run? That's the weakest. I've never seen anyone be so weak. Hell yeah. Wow, that's so bad. Ooh, another place, huh?
I see magic I have seen before coming from this cave.
Ah,
What
the
I
den.
seek must
I
be
found it. Wow.
Kill her.
Shredded. Fucking shredded.
Hurry with the ritual. Magda will be here soon. It is time.
The stranger's light surrounds the sword piece.
Get fucked.
Who are you to take what is mine?
I will return this sword to its owner.
Regardless, I have claimed it. I am Magda, and I lead this coven. The shard is mine.
To hell with you, witch.
Very well. Let the games begin. Well
Get
fought.
wrecked.
But you will never possess the next piece. It has fallen where only the ancients may tread.
She is more devious than she appears.
There's loot and stuff up here, buddies. That's the exit. Which I don't really need to hit. Is there anything down here? No. Aww.
I need
Alright.
to go back.
Did I accidentally ash in my drink? Nope. Looks good.
This sword was in the possession of dark ones under the
Uncle
wheel.
Deckard, they sound like those
Very good, Leia. You have been paying attention.
I have no memory of this kind.
Alright. Check the stuff. Peep that. No, I want my one-handed. It's a rare two-handed. Nope, the knife I got's good. Way better bracers. Way better boots. Helmet still on par. Now. Take that,
Thank you.
homie. Take... Wait a second. How do I compare to his? 10, 21.
I can't use that.
Oh, yeah, you can't use ceremonial knife.
A fine choice. Just the thing.
Give me the better helmet. Oh, wait, intelligence. Armor's not
I
the
will
important
use
stat.
this.
Duh, remember. 78%, 97%. Okay, once I start getting gems, that'll be great. Cool. What do I need to do? Talk to Leia? Alright.
Magda's words betrayed her. The next piece of the sword rests where only ancients may tread.
That makes me think of the drowned temple near the festering woods.
I remember you telling me about it.
Exactly, Leia.
The temple was
temple,
home to
Leia.
the
Your
Nephilim.
knowledge could be invaluable. You must go.
The Nephilim were ancient humans with fantastic powers. Legend holds that they waged a terrible battle near the temple, and that their ghosts still war with one another.
Fields of misery. Oh yeah. Wham bam.
So different. I have great power within the temple. The only difference is I have no control over mine. That sounds troubling. It's only happened a few times in my life, and only when I was in grave danger. Something rises up from deep within me and, well,
I go
can't
do
really
dungeons.
explain it.
Always wanted to fight some of these.
I used to love traveling, seeing the world. Was
Do,
it
do, do,
different
do,
then?
do.
Yes,
I don't care about
it's
your
not like it
story.
was.
I don't care about your story. I just wanna kill some demons. That's the entire reason I'm around. Demon killing guy. I'm a demon killing guy. I don't even get a chance to do anything on that. You're not getting out of here.
I strike at your heart.
Dead end over here, I assume. No? Yes. But okay. Crossbow, which I don't use. Two-handed weapon. Whack. This has cold. Okay, so I don't use cold skills. This has life per hit. But this has secondary effects, which I like. So I will keep the secondary effects because I'm not trying to optimize for damage yet. I mean, I need to do damage to get everything done, but the less time I spend, like, dead or whatever.
Evil undoes you.
Let's figure out what's up here.
And this Chaldean.
My little shambling horror.
It's such an open,
He goes and
beautiful
dies.
city. It thrives on trade and new ideas. There was always something new and exciting to hear or see.
Wrecked. I will eventually hit the end of this place. Oh, level 2.
My family, please end their torment.
Give me these chests. Sure, I'll end your family's torment.
Free my family from their...
Be on your guard, spirits love.
Well, prepare to face my wrath.
Our meddling daughter would do well to leave us be. You will pay for her weakness. It's folly to disturb us.
At last, they are free. Thanks to you, my...
Some spirit.
Yep. There it is.
That's all of them.
Fuck around. Cool. I did it. Templar, what you got? Onslaught.
A useful skill.
Alright, let's go. We got a little army. You're right. Wrecked. The old mill.
You there! Please help! They're going to kill my friend! Thieves are going to kill my friend if we don't do something. Help me break these bonds and see for yourself!
What do they want with your friend?
She's just a farmer's daughter, Sasha, but she has a relic that the thieves are after.
Where is the relic?
I'll never tell you.
Release the girl. The relic.
You actually believe what this... Fine, you fools. We'll kill them.
You won't get away from us this time.
This isn't over. The rest of the Thieves Guild will find you.
Yay! Well, that's good for you.
Here's the
I'm a
relic
little upset about
manual.
my old one. I mean, I would be if I cared.
Yes, yes! You look
But-
like you know a lot about markets. Now,
Not a big deal.
lead the way! Wait! This relic is a fake! Gods, I should have known! You seem like you could use a helping hand, and I sure as hell don't want to stay around here.
Please tell me that you're not considering this criminal's proposal.
Ah, there you are.
And your betrothed?
Betrothed? Do I look like the marrying kind to you? By the way, my name is Lyndon.
No. Go away, London.
But the
Go
tone
to
state
town.
of Alaric and this temple is not encouraging. You must be Alaric the Guardian. Uncle Deckard told me of your eternal watch over this cursed place.
Are you Nephilim?
No, there have been no Nephilim.
Yet another myth. You seek entrance to this temple, but only a Nephilim can enter. If you retrieve the keys from the outlying tombs, and use them on the gates, we will see who and what you truly are. Follow me. I will raise the bridge that you may pass. Seek 2 tombs in the woods beyond. The warrior's rest and the crypt of the ancients.
Ooh.
Pall of ancient doom hangs upon these woods.
Are these Alaric's people? No, they are lost in madness.
I'm definitely not a
The Deckard called these flying creatures death with wings.
Go. Let's see. Yeah, I know what you mean. I had some pretty big followers on my old one. Oh, I was followed by God.
Repel them, my brothers!
Overburdened.
I can go because I don't care.
When this is over, I could open my own little inn somewhere. If I live. That would fit you. Well, if you ever want a job, I will consider your credentials. You do me a great honor.
You get a big shield, buddy. I need a new Drunken Head Magic Pants. Monster kills brand more experience. Do I have another one of these? Yeah. Another offhand. There's not really a better one. Extra gold doesn't make up for the other stuff I would lose. Okay. That's fine. Don't care. Bill Crystal.
The truth burns.
Always wanted to fight some of these. What a monstrous creature!
Ooh, it's falling asleep. They just wanted to bother you, honestly. I'm sure that's what it was.
This is amazing. It reminds me of being a child and searching for lost artifacts with
One of the
uncle Dad.
problems I've encountered is that a lot of Christians, especially those who do missions, are kind of racist, and they just assume that you're Muslim if you're, you know, from any region that's remotely near the Middle East. New passive skill, huh?
Tell me about this inn you want to open. The world is so dangerous. Everybody needs a quiet, safe place to rest and recover. A way station on their journeys. You wish to ease the burdens of strangers. There are so many burdens in life. We all need help sometimes.
So with that. Throwing spiders 'cause I don't like them. Tossing spiders around.
Your death comes!
And zombies. I'm down a third of my fighting force. I guess a quarter of my fighting force. If I didn't have any of my homies here, it would be me and 3 dogs. No. Go around.
The temple is open. Enter and defeat the guardians within.
None may enter the inner sanctum. Rise, my brothers. Rise and do battle.
Your strength rivals that of our greatest champions. What now do you think you are? You may enter
Yeah, no,
our
well,
most sacred place.
The spirit speaks the truth. This was a good
The
place.
noble hero fought away here just to die. Magda. And who is this you bring with you? Adria's daughter?
Yep.
She has power within her.
Yep.
No matter. Your mother will soon share your fate, little woman. The shard is mine. Fill this temple with their blood.
They're dead.
What did she mean my mother will share my fate? Could my mother be alive after all these years?
Her words are lies and madness. Do not listen.
And what is the power within you that she spoke of?
This fight was too easy. She's toying with us. We must get back to Uncle Decker.
Worldstone has been changed. Our children are born weak and suffer short lives. The demon Nereza promised to restore their power, but instead turned them into misshapen creatures and sent them to war against us. We may die, but not before she is sent back to the burning hells.
I just got a shrinking head. Maybe it had to go somewhere. I don't know.
I need to go back.
Yeah. Yeah, you do. So let's do that.
Magda found us in the drowned temple. Even now.
I remember a glow streaking towards.
That must be worth them.
Ah, brilliant, dear.
I will in a minute. Salvage. Alright. We're gonna salvage that. We're gonna salvage that. We're gonna salvage that. 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 I like the movement speed. Those could be useful. Give me a minute. Fuck.
have some new items that I'm certain you will love.
I was thinking... Don't hurt yourself.
I need to go across the...
I will take you.
They're destroying the town.
Get out to those who defy the power.
This town swarms with Magda's dark children. She is near.
Please! My family's hiding in the chapel with the rest of the townsfolk. We must get to...
Don't run off! You'll get yourself killed!
Fools! You cannot keep the sword from me!
This is bad.
My servants will burn this town to ashes!
There's something coming.
You saved us. We owe you our lives.
I seek a sword hilt fallen from this...
We found it. Come.
I'm going back to Tristram to check on Uncle Deckard. It is not here.
While you were on your hero's errand here, I captured all 3 sword pieces and your friends.
I should have known. I must get back to Kane's house.
It's your choice, Kane. Either use your heraldric arts to repair the sword, or your dear Leah dies a horrible death.
All this pain, this destruction. What is the sword to you?
To me, nothing. To my master, Belial, everything. Your rage is overwhelming, girl. You win this round, but if the sword cannot be mine, I'll claim the one it's bound to. In the end, the blade shall be mine.
Uncle, you can't die.
Nothing can stop that now. But there is one last thing I must do. The sword must be made whole. Just as I suspected, the sword is of the high heavens. The stranger is an angel. Heed the journal. The truth lies within.
Uncle Deckard! If only I could control
Do not.
Magda.
It does not
When
ma-
my power...
I will survive her traps.
The spirits tell me so.
This is a matter of honor now. We must not hesitate.
The truth burns you.
My queen sings to me. The air hangs heavy with the scent of terror. This does not bode well.
My strike is true.
Glory to you. Evil lurks in many places. Demons, beasts, even the hearts of men.
Evil undoes you. Coward.
opponent. I used to be one of them. Ordinary, untouched, until her voice came to me. Then I knew how I must serve. I must kill the one who threatens my mistress and the dark power that created her. I have been chosen. My mistress has accepted me. Come close and feel her loving embrace.
This land is not kind to madmen.
Please, help me. It's horrible. She sucks the innards from her victims. Oh, no. No. It's too late. I hear her. The Spider Queen is coming.
Spider Queen.
Thank you. Thank you. Can we please leave this horrible place? It was terrible being stuck in
I sicken.
the coven. I'm not proud of confined.
These lands once belonged to the crown.
Tristram and the fields surrounding it have been resettled over the years, the highlands remain empty save for the crumbling ruins of Leoric's old outposts. The king built more than one watchtower in his paranoia, but now they cannot even ward away goatmen and wild beasts. A tragedy, really. Studies indicate that a high-level cleric of the Zakarum named Akan began to sense the corruption that was eating away at the heart of his faith. He knew this corruption would eventually destroy his beloved church, and that he must take action. After much prayer, Akan hit upon the idea of an order of crusaders.
Set your heart.
I'm glad that fate has brought us together on this path.
Why is that?
You fight with both honor and ferocity. I know that a pure soul must burn within you.
My strike is true. Your death comes. I cannot carry more.
Good. This will aid me. Excellent. A good choice. This will help. Good thought. strong, but I will not stand down.
Spirits grant me blessings. Need more mana.
Could we find more like
I can't carry anymore.
Let nothing...
Your light grows stronger within. The haunted manor. Of course they'd be drawn here.
I need to go back.
That will serve me well.
She's unstoppable. No mortal could slaughter our brethren with such ease.
She is here. You cultists are a sickness. I will purge you. Delay her.
Akan gathered the most devout, driven, and martial Zakarum adherents. He taught them. Did it pour?
I seek another man.
Yes, the man with the golden eyes.
Rest now.
There's no disguises here.
Bring her to me that I may rend the flesh from her bones.
The way opens before me.
is true.
Priscilla, once queen to our beloved. Now I give you.
Always wanted to fight some of these.
Lazarus. Your loyalty is invaluable.
My curse upon you!
Should have run when they had the chance.
My curse upon you!
If only this dark place had been destroyed, along with its root.
Vegetable bad, meat good.
Take your sword.
I remember now. I was an archangel of the high heaven. I was. You have restored my mind. Belial, we must move. Time grows short, my friends.
But how will we
We won't have to. Magda and
I'm not going anywhere until Uncle...
As you wish. We will...
I have called for...
Good. Ah, good. My friend, shall we depart to Caldeum?